Hey, Mom, can you try to quiet him down? Because I got an interview. Okay, thanks.
Who's being loud?
The dog.
Lame.
We also got a parrot that likes to scream.
The Two Faces for Radio Zoom Room.
Big change for me coming from Sweden because, we didn't really have anything of that. No masks, no quarantine, no lockdown. Like, it's all like normal.
Normal, Jella. Tommy
Yeah.
and I are just getting over COVID. We just got it last week, so we've been in quarantine
How
since.
did you feel? Did you feel it? Did you have symptoms?
Yeah, we both did,
Yeah.
but it was it definitely wasn't.
I had it really light for sure.
Yeah. But we're
It was
all
like
young, healthy,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I think so. I try.
Yeah.
But I did see this thing like,
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Jackson, go ahead.
No, do it.
Oh, but I did see, like, I'm not really worried about COVID for me because I knew, like, I'm fine with it. But there's this thing going on with college athletes here in the U.S. where they're getting enlarged hearts after having COVID. And that, like, leads to, like, cardiac arrest, like 30 to 35%. And that's why they shut down college football and everything. And I'm a runner, so I'm kind of freaking out, like, oh, my gosh, like, is that going to be me?
Of course.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to not be an
so
athlete.
scary.
I've never been so happy.
Like, this is not going to be the last virus the world sees, just in a few years, and then we'll have a new one, and what the fuck's that going to be?
It's just so new. We just don't know what's going on.
I've never been so happy to be lazy. I don't know what else to say. I mean, not an athlete.
When they told me you have to quarantine for 2 weeks in London, I was like, 2 weeks off? Bad.
Yeah,
Like,
so what are you doing for the 2 weeks off?
Yeah.
What are you doing for the 2 weeks off?
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I Zoom, but that's so easy. I'm just like in my chair with my computer. I don't even see that as work, at least not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have meetings and a bunch of that, but I'm just like talking to really nice people online and like you guys. And then I watch Netflix, and then I watch HBO, and then I watch Amazon, and then that's all I do.
There you go, yeah.
I told myself in the beginning of all this, I like bought a whole like little home studio, like a microphone, like a proper sound card, proper speakers, proper piano, like all of that. And I was like, this is the time that I'm going to get really good at producing, because now what's my excuse? I have all the time in the world. And every time I pass that in my room, I'm just like, I'm ashamed, because I think I've been sitting there for a total of maybe 20 minutes. Yeah.
That's awesome though.
But one day I'll start.
You got it.
There. Now it's there. So
I saw in a article recently, it said, because I just let's see, woke up this morning, obviously we had my own like radio station meeting, had to hop in the shower real quick, and I saw an article that so that you have your own like little shower routine that you do, and it's not normal. It was like you don't sing in the shower, you don't do that, you actually interview yourself in the shower. And I was like, this is perfect, we're about to have an interview with Zara Larsson. She's probably already done the whole thing this morning. Like
yeah, I'm completely ready. I'm always ready. I don't know why I don't just sing in the shower. I rarely actually. I think I know why now, because my brain is so stuffed with information to the point where I'm always like keeping myself busy with my senses, whether it is I'm listening to a podcast, like I will take my phone into the shower to like keep listening to the podcast that I'm hearing. Or I'll put my like iPad by my shower so I can like keep watching the series that I'm watching, or I'll watch a series and like scroll on my phone at the same, you know what I mean? Like there's just constant information to my brain at all times. And I saw TikTok, funny enough, about this the other day. And it was like, it's so weird how you can watch something that you just saw, especially now in quarantine, that you just saw like a few months ago. And it feels like you get that nostalgic feeling that it could be like years ago. And I think that's because we put so much information into our brains that we would normally get like back in the days over, let's say like years. We get that in like a few days because it's just constant. So I think that's why I don't sing, because I just keep myself busy like this at all times. Like my screen time is so bad.
I would never be able to get out. I'd be taking 2-hour showers if I brought my phone in with me.
So if you do interview yourself in the shower, what are some questions that you've asked yourself that no one else has ever asked you before?
Oh, well, I only interview myself asking really, really hard questions. So questions I don't want to get, like, at all. And I try to practice, like, how would I answer this? So then I answer and I'm like, no, wait, I'm going to change. Let's start over.
Mm-hmm.
So, blah, 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 blah. And then I just keep,
So
doing
you're
that.
like doomsday prepping in a way in the shower for interviews.
Yeah. I mean, I am like my own press person in the shower. I'm like,
Honestly,
don't say
it's
that.
smart.
Maybe think about it.
It's kind of smart, to be honest. It's a good tactic.
So yeah,
I was talking to Louis Capaldi the other day, and we were talking about he's hilarious guy. We were talking about new music, and he was like, yeah, I don't really know if I'm gonna release anything this year. 2020's been hard enough for everybody. I'm not trying to torture everybody else. I was like, that's pretty funny, buddy. But we were talking about his new girlfriend, and they met on Tinder. And so we thought it would be a super fun game to give you your own little celebrity Tinder, and you can swipe right or left.
Like right now?
Right now.
Like right now, like this second.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead.
Because celebrities shouldn't have the same Tinder, right? So we made one for you.
But there is one, like, are you on that Raya thing?
I haven't seen that, no.
I'm not like on the
But
market,
you know what
so
it
I don't
is?
know what Raya is. No.
Raya is this, like, it's kind of like Tinder, but it's for people with like 100,000 Instagram followers. So
See, that's why we don't know about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
but it's the most, like, I would never be on it just because it's like, why don't you just have Tinder like a normal person? Why do you think you're so much better just because you have, it's weird to me. But let's go with this game.
All right. Number one, you can swipe right or left, just in case. Right means you're interested, left means absolutely not.
Okay.
First off, we got Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes. You know what? He's so cute. What is it? It's right. It's right. Like, yeah. I would swipe right on him. Absolutely. Also, this is cheating because I kind of know, even though I don't know all of them personally, maybe I still know like a little about them.
So you already have your in then. It's perfect. They're going to hear this podcast and be like, oh, perfect. We got the in.
We got to get a little bit more crazy with the people then. Next, we'll go with Joe Exotic.
You know what? It's something, even though he is so strange. Also very misogynistic, very weird. Like, he has something extremely likable about his personality. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's very...
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I think he's very charismatic, although like I like him and hate him at the same time. But no, sorry, Joe, I wouldn't go on a date with you. Bye.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
Next, we're gonna go back to pop music. We're gonna go with Post Malone.
You know what? Post Malone is one of those people that I'm like, if there would be anyone I would want to hang out with in LA. Now he don't even live there anymore. So what's the point of going to LA? That's how I feel. It would be Post Malone. Yes.
I feel the same way. Yeah, like if I could spend a day with anyone, that'd probably be who it is. Just like
easy.
He's
100%.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
All right, next we're gonna go with TikTok boys in general.
There's two sides of TikTok. So like my algorithm is popping. Like my algorithm on TikTok, we have the funny boys. We have the boys who are like kind of not making fun of themselves, but they have like self-distance. You know what I mean?
Like who are you watching on TikTok?
And then we have the poster boys that are like
all
talking
the
about
cringy
them,
expressions.
it's a no.
It's a no.
Okay, there you go. All right, and lastly, we got my man, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, come on.
Oh, he's sweet. Nice 70-year-old therapist on TV.
He's rich though.
I mean,
there you go.
I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. I don't know. Strong. Come on, independent woman. He's a
There
no.
you go.
Love it.
I
All
did
right,
want to talk
so
about, yeah, I did. I want to talk about all your new song, Wow, that's popping off
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it's cute. It's doing its thing.
It's doing its thing. It surprised me because obviously we're all hearing it right now because of the Netflix movie with
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter and stuff. I didn't even, it was written in April, which is awesome. And then you got the Love Me Land song. So you got like two
Yep.
songs going at once.
I
And
always have that. It was actually written in April like last year.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's not old, but it's definitely not new. And it was originally released as a City National Bank commercial. So I don't know how they heard it, but they were like, we would love to have this song in our commercial. It was not released anywhere or anything. I was like, absolutely, why not? Because it was in the middle of me making my album. And I just thought, yeah, go ahead, let's collect the bag. Like, get a little coin, get a commercial. Why not? Everyone's winning. But then people started shazamming that song like crazy, even though it wasn't out. Like, the numbers were just like, wait, what's going on? So we decided to release the song as a little, treat. Didn't push it for radio, didn't push it for playlisting or anything like that. It was just like out in the universe for people to enjoy if they wanted to listen to it. And then it got synced again, like you said, to work it. Complete surprise to me. I didn't know it was gonna happen. So it was really fun seeing that, and I got a lot of messages like, oh my gosh, your song was in this movie. And I had to look it up. Obviously, I saw that it was a really cute scene. And then it took off, like the same kind of thing happened. People started shazamming it like crazy. It was top 5 worldwide, top 5 in America. And it was really fun just to see that genuine reaction from people, because that's an artist's biggest dream, when something is just like organically growing without you having to like shove it down people's throats. Hear it played on the radio 50 times, although I love when my song's being played on the radio 50 times a day. But yeah, it was just like really nice to see that. And then we thought, why don't we just give that? It was almost like Wow got more attention than Love Me Land. So then we thought, why don't we just, maybe what we should have done a year ago, just properly like give Wow the attention it deserves. Like, let's take it to radio, let's take it to playlisting, like see what it can do. And if it does stuff, then fantastic. And if it doesn't, then we'll just move on to the next single, which is amazing as well. But it is really, really fun to just see how people were responding to it, because I think it has a lot of potential. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
How it's
So you said you weren't really even planning to release a song until it really blew up on that commercial. Like, did you not think it was going to do what it's doing right now, or?
I was just in the middle of creating my album, and for this album specifically, even though I don't think every album, well, it has to have some sort of red thread. I don't think necessarily it has to have like a concept or anything, but sonically, I wanted to make sense as like a body of work. And I didn't think Wow really fitted into that at the time. Like, it just wasn't, I don't know, like it was still in the talking, it was a year and a half ago and I still haven't released my album. So it was in the talking. I've always really, really liked that song. And Marshmello also produced it. So maybe it was a little bit more EDM than what I usually do, which is fun because I love to be experimental, and it's definitely fun to collaborate with like someone else, like a DJ. I've collaborated with a lot of DJs and like do more of that. But I don't know at that time if it was what I was looking for in my album. But I thought it was really fun to still release it, because these days, even though I still want to make albums and artists still make albums, a lot of the songs you hear are not because you went into someone like it clicked an artist's name and then you were like, let me listen through their albums. Like you would normally find a song on like a playlist or
Right.
on the radio or like, you know, something like that. But of course I think it's an amazing song, because if I didn't, then I would never have even released it, you know. So it was unexpected. Like the whole situation is very unexpected, and maybe that's when all the best stuff happens. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Well
you
said.
talked a little bit about like working with Marshmello. I did see on Twitter just a few days ago that you were talking about possibly working with Sabrina Carpenter. You guys are tweeting back and forth.
Yes.
Do you have anything planned as far as that goes, or you just kind of
No.
spill the tii?
Yeah, we do. I love her. She got a great voice, a great personality. We're definitely have a little something.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's already in the works too. That fan is ahead of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. And then what about this upcoming album? Because I know
So
we were just talking about it.
yeah, no, I have. Oh, I mean, this is the hardest part about making an album, I think, just to like stop yourself and say enough. Like we wrote enough songs now, because if we continue, we're just never gonna release it. Like that's how I felt a year ago. I was like, I'm not done. I want to make it better. And a part of me right now, it's also like, we could beat it. We can beat it. We can beat it. But yeah, like I said, at one point you just gotta say, stop, and birth this baby that I've been pregnant with for 3 years now. Because you always trying to, and also like stuff changes. Like pop culture is in constant move, and it constantly develops into something else sonically. Like new artist pops in, new influencer stuff. Like even Corona will probably like affect the music industry, like the culture in some way, like everything. So maybe the songs I wrote 3 years ago, they don't even feel relevant to me today.
That makes sense.
So most of the songs that I have on the album is songs that I did pretty recently, you know, which means that I could have released my album 2 years ago and still done these songs. So I'm just a perfectionist, but sometimes you just gotta like let stuff be for people to enjoy, because it's never gonna be perfection. That's something that you can't reach, I think. So just go with it a bit more. But I'm really happy. I'm very proud. And what I was saying with that was like, when you have so many songs that you love, the hardest part is picking them out, because you're killing your babies essentially. And it's really hard picking out the singles, because then you're like, you are my favorite child. You know, you wouldn't do that to your kids, but that's how I feel. It's really hard. But hopefully, you know, people are gonna like it, because I think it's a great little collection of 6 songs.
Oh, I know they will.
Thanks.
So we talked to a band last week, and you just kind of said something that made me think about this again. How many songs do you make to prepare for an album? So I mean, might have 16 songs on the album. How many songs actually get recorded or don't even make it to the recording?
I think I have somewhere around, but it also depends on like, I don't have a lot of songs that are completely done, but definitely like over 100 that have like a verse, pre-chorus. Like maybe the production isn't 100% right, but like the song is there. And that's also the hardest part, to like finish stuff, because I am so bad at finishing stuff. I'm really good at starting it, but like to bring it all together and like figure out how we're gonna make everything actually sound super nice so we're all happy, I'm very bad at that. So like mixed and mastered, I don't even have my album ready for that. But songs that I've written, hundreds, like honestly. And that's also sad, because I'm like, will they never be out in the universe for people to enjoy? Like imagine, I always say this, but it's sad. Like imagine how many songs your favorite artists recorded or wrote that are just out there and no one's gonna hear them.
And it could be like the next big hit that just never, you know.
Yeah, you
it's
never know.
wild to
You
me.
never know. That's awesome.